Hey everyone, and welcome to the fifth lesson in this series, where we are going to master lookup and reference functions in Excel. Whether you're a beginner just getting started or an experienced user looking to refine your skills, this lesson is designed to cover everything from foundational concepts to advanced applications. Remember to download the lesson file from the link below. Practicing with this workbook is essential for fully understanding the concepts. By keeping a copy, you will have a handy reference to tackle any complex scenario using the provided examples. Lookup and reference functions in Excel allow users to search for specific data within a spreadsheet and return related information. These functions are mainly useful when dealing with large data sets where manually searching for data would be time consuming and error prone. We'll start with the basics, exploring fundamental functions and concepts. Let's dive in. Let's get started with one of Excel's most used functions, VLOOKUP. The VLOOKUP or vertical lookup function searches for a value in the first column of a range and returns a value in the same row from a specified column. It's ideal for situations where data is organized in columns and you need to find information associated with a specific entry. Let's take a look at our data first. On the left, we have the sales report table, and on the right, we have the products table. Our goal in this example is to use VLOOKUP to find the price of a specific product from the products table. To start, click on the cell where you want the result to appear. Type in an equal sign, VLOOKUP, press tab. First, enter the lookup value, which is the value you want to search for. In our case, let's find the name of the product sold. Comma. Next, we need the table array, which is the range of cells that contains the data. We need to start with the column product name, as this is our search column, and then select the entire range till the end. Now press F4 to lock the range. As you can notice, this is not an Excel table. Comma. Next, we need to specify the column index number, which is the column number in the table from which to retrieve the value. Since the prices are in the third column, starting from the product name column, we type 3, comma. Finally, we add the range lookup argument. We want an exact match. So choose false. Now close parenthesis and press Control Enter. Now double click the fill handle and send the formula down. As you can see, we have successfully retrieved the product prices from the products table. To summarize, we use the VLOOKUP function to search for a value in the first column of a table and then return a value in the same row from another column. Next, we will take a look at another VLOOKUP example where we need to calculate total revenue by combining VLOOKUP with simple arithmetic operations. We have two tables, one with item details and the next one with sales data. Our goal here is to find item prices from the item details table and calculate total revenue in the sales data table. This is a common task in sales and inventory management. First, we'll use the VLOOKUP function to find the price of the item. So type in an equal sign, VLOOKUP. The first argument is the lookup value, which is the item code, comma. Next, we need to specify the table array, which is the range of cells that contains the item details. So we'll select the range starting from the item code column till the price column, and we'll select the entire range. Now, as this is a table, as this is an Excel table, we don't need to lock this range. So we'll type in a comma and move to the next part. Now we need to specify the column index number, which is the column number in the table that contains the price. Since the price is in the fourth column of our selected range, we'll type in 4. Finally, we add the range lookup argument which would be 0 or false, as we want a exact match. Press Control Enter. Now, in order to calculate the total revenue, we will multiply the result of the VLOOKUP function by the quantity sold. So press F2 to edit the function, type in asterisk, and now select the quantity sold. Press Control Enter. Double click the file handle and send it down. To summarize, we used VLOOKUP to find the price of an item based on its code and then multiplied that price by the quantity sold to get the total revenue. Next, let's take a look at HLOOKUP, which stands for horizontal lookup. It's used to search for a value in the top row of an array and return a value in the same column from a row you specify. It's mainly used when your data is organized horizontally, like in this example. Our goal here is to find the item names for the following item codes. So type in an equal sign, type in HLOOKUP, press tab. Under lookup value, select the item code. Under table array, select the entire range containing the data. Now press F4 to lock it, comma. Under row number, type in 3 as the item names are in the third row, comma. We'll type in 0 as we need an exact match. Close parenthesis, Control Enter. Now double click the fill handle and send it down. So as you can see, this formula searches for the item codes in the first row of the range and returns the value from the third row of the corresponding column. Now, in case if you don't want to look up the value horizontally, then you can use the transpose function to convert the horizontal range to a vertical range first. Let's do that. Select an empty cell, type in equal sign, transpose, press tab to select it. Now we'll select the entire data range and press Control Enter. Now you can search the item names using VLOOKUP. So type in an equal sign, VLOOKUP. Under lookup value, select the item code, comma. Under table array, select the entire range, press F4 to lock it, comma. Our column index number is 3, comma. Range lookup is exact match 0, close parenthesis, Control Enter. Now double click the fill handle and send it down. Next, we learn how to use the lookup and VLOOKUP functions to categorize temperatures. We have this data set here with temperature values and their corresponding descriptions. Our goal is to assign a description to any given temperature. We'll start with the lookup function. This function searches for a value within a range and returns a corresponding value from another range. In our example, we'll search for a temperature and return its description. Alright, so type in equal sign, lookup, press tab. Under lookup value, select the temperature, comma. Under lookup vector, select the range that contains the value you are searching for. In our case, it will be the column containing the temperatures. Type in a comma, move to the next argument. Now, under result vector, we need to select the description column. And now press Control Enter. So as you can see, for the first line item, Boston, the function searches for 17 in the first column and returns the value from the corresponding position in the second column. Now double click the fill handle and send the formula down. As you can see, the lookup function has returned the correct results for all the cities except a few. We will correct that in a bit. Next, Let's look up the same value using the VLOOKUP function. Type in an equal sign, VLOOKUP, press tab, choose the lookup value, comma. Now under table array, select the entire table containing the temperature and the description, comma, column is 2, comma, and now this time under range lookup, we will type in 1 as we want to label temperatures with approximate descriptions. Close parenthesis, control enter. Double click the fill handle and send it down. Next, we learn how to use the lookup function in combination with the IFNA function. This powerful combination will help us handle errors effectively when searching for data. In our case, it will help us handle extremely cold temperatures, where Excel has returned an error in both cases. The IFNA function allows us to specify a value to return if the formula results in an error. First, let's copy the lookup function we just used, excluding the equal sign. Now in this cell, type in equal sign IFNA, press tab, under value, paste the formula, comma, under value if NA, type in extremely cold within quotes, close parenthesis, control enter. Double click the fill handle and send it down. Now as you can see, if the value is found, Excel returns the corresponding description, and when it is not found, it returns extremely cold instead of an error. Next, let's do the same with the VLOOKUP function. Copy the formula first, type in an equal sign IFNA, press tab, under value, paste the formula, comma, under value if NA, we will type in extremely cold and press Control Enter. Double click the fill handle and send it down. To summarize, both lookup and VLOOKUP are valuable functions for finding and returning data based on a lookup value. We used both functions to assign temperature descriptions and handled extremely cold temperatures effectively. One important thing to note here is that both functions assume that the vector is sorted when you're looking for an approximate match. If your data is unsorted, then these functions might not return the correct values. Alright, now let's proceed to the next chapter. In this chapter, we will learn about the choose function and how you can effectively use it in combination with other functions. In our first example, we will learn how to use the VLOOKUP function combined with the choose function to find the ratings based on sales performance in Excel. But first, let's understand the choose function with the help of a simple example. The choose function in Excel is used to return a value from a list of values based on a specific index number. It's useful for selecting from a fixed set of options. So press Shift F3 to open the Insert function dialog box. Type choose, press enter, select the function. Index number is the position of the value you want to return. So we will select this cell. Next, we need to type in the list of values to choose from. We will type in A, B, and C as our values. Now click on OK. The function returns C for value 3. If we change this to 2, it will show B, and when we change this to 1, it will show A. Alright, in the next example, let's find out the rating description for each employee using the choose function along with VLOOKUP. First, let's take a look at our data. We have 3 tables. The first table lists rating descriptions from poor to excellent. The second table contains the employee names along with their ratings. In the third table over here, we need to first find out the rating of the given employee and then choose the correct description for that rating from this table. First, let's use the VLOOKUP function to find the rating. Type in an equal sign, VLOOKUP. The lookup value is the employee name, comma. The table array is this. Press F4 to lock it, comma 2, comma 0, close parenthesis, control enter. Now double click the fill handle and send it down. So as you can see, we have got the ratings for any given employee over here. Now we will insert this function inside the choose function to get the description. So delete this. Now we'll put this inside the choose function. So press Ctrl X to cut it. Type in choose, press tab. Under index number, paste the VLOOKUP function, comma. Now what you need to do is you need to type in all the descriptions within quotes from the beginning to the end, separated by a comma. So the first one will be poor, comma, fair. But doing this manually in this manner will take ages if the list is very long. So what we'll do is we'll use a shortcut. So press escape to cancel. Now let me show you a shortcut. This is where your knowledge about text functions in Excel comes in handy. We had learned about text functions in our third lesson. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend that you watch it before watching this lesson. All right, so let's dive in. Let's type in an equal sign, text join, press tab. Our delimiter will be a comma. Ignore empty cells, true, comma. Now under text, we will use the value to text function. Under values, choose all the descriptions from the beginning till the end, comma. The format will be strict, so we'll choose 1. Close parenthesis for the value to text function, close parenthesis for the text join function. Press Ctrl Enter. Copy this and press Alt H V V to paste only values. So as you can see, using these text functions, we have the descriptions within quotes separated by a comma in a single cell. That's the way we need it. Now, copy this, double click the cell, press Ctrl A, Ctrl C to copy it, press Escape. Now, we will put this inside the choose function. Type in choose, press tab, comma, under values, we will paste the descriptions, close parenthesis, Control Enter. Now double click the fill handle and send it down. Let's verify if the rating description matches correctly for, say, John Smith. So John Smith has got a rating of 3. 3 equals to good. Rating description for John is good. Great. To summarize, we use the VLOOKUP function to find the rating number and the choose function to convert this number into a rating description. This combination allows us to dynamically match ratings with descriptions. Next, we will learn how to calculate the total pay for the day with the help of the choose function. In this example, we need to calculate the total pay for each employee based on the payment per hour of that day of the week. To calculate the total pay, we need to determine the day of the week for each day. We'll use the weekday function to do this. We had learned about date time functions in our previous lesson. All right, so the choose function will then help us select the correct payment rate from our table. Let's get started. Type in an equal sign, weekday, press tab. Under serial number, select the cell containing the date, comma. Now type in 2 under return type as the week in this list starts from Monday. So Monday needs to be 1. Press Control Enter. As you can see, this function has returned a number representing the day of the week for the date in this cell. Now, we will put this function inside the choose function under index number. Double click the cell, select the function, press Ctrl X, type in choose, press tab under index number, paste the weekday function, comma. Next, under values, we will select the payment per hour for each day of the week, one by one, separated by comma. So first we will select Monday, comma, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. After you have selected Sunday, close parenthesis, and press Control Enter. As you can see, the choose function has helped us select the payment rate based on the day of the week. Now all we need to do is multiply the hourly rate by the total number of hours worked. So press F2. Now at the end of the function, type in an asterisk and select the cell containing hours worked. Press Control Enter. Now press Control Shift 4 to change the number format to currency format. Double click the fill handle and send it down. Let's verify the result of the first one. We will use the text function to display the full name of the day of the week for the given date. So type in equal sign text, select the date. So as you can see, the day for this date is Thursday. And for Thursday, payment per hour is 17. So basically, it is 17 multiplied by 7, which is 119. So our formula has worked correctly. To summarize, we use the weekday function to get the day of the week and the choose function to select the correct payment rate. When we multiplied the selected rate by the hours worked, we get the total pay for the day. Next, we will learn how to calculate commission amounts using the choose and lookup functions. In this exercise, we need to calculate the commission amount based on the sales value. On the right, we have the ranks based on the sales value. Below that, we have the commission rate corresponding to each sales ranking. We will use a nested function combining IFNA, choose, and lookup to determine the commission amount. Let's get started. First, we will use the lookup function to look up the sales value for each employee and return the corresponding rank from this table. So type in equal sign lookup. Under lookup value, we will select the sales value, comma. Under lookup vector, we will select this array, comma, and then the corresponding rank. Close parenthesis, Control Enter. This step is straightforward and simple. Next, with the help of the choose function, we will select the commission rate based on the rank returned by lookup. First, press F2 and press Control X to cut the lookup function. Now type in choose, press tab, paste the lookup function as the first argument of choose, comma. Now we will select the commission rates one by one, starting from the top. Before closing this function, select all the cells and press F4 to lock them. Now close parenthesis for the choose function and press Control Enter. As you can see, we have successfully extracted the commission rate. Now we need to multiply the commission rate by the sales value to get the commission amount. So press F2, type in an asterisk and select the sales value. Press Ctrl Enter. Double click the fill handle and send it down. You will notice that the commission amount for some employees with sales below $20,000 shows an error. To handle this, we will wrap the entire formula inside the IFNA function. So let's delete this first. Double click the cell. Now, after the equal sign and before the choose function, we will type in IFNA, press tab. Right at the end, we will type a comma. Now under value if NA, we will type in no commission within quotes. Close parenthesis, Control Enter. Now double click the fill handle and send it down. By following these steps, we have successfully calculated the commission amount for all employees. And for those with sales below $20,000, the formula has returned no commission. To summarize, we use the lookup function to find the sales rank, the choose function to select the corresponding commission rate, and finally the IFNA function to handle any errors. This single nested function simplifies the calculation of commission amounts. In our next example, we will find out how the choose function can be extremely flexible when we combine this with the VLOOKUP function to dynamically select the appropriate commission calculation formula. Let's examine our data first. We have three tables. A table to calculate the commission amount based on the sales value. A table on the right displaying total sales and their corresponding rankings. And a table below this containing the commission percent or fixed rate along with bonuses for each rank. For example, rank 1 receives a commission of 30% on the sales value plus a fixed bonus of $1,000 and additional bonus of $500. Next, for rank 2, the commission percent is 25 and the bonus is 750, and so on for the rest. Our goal here is to use a single formula that dynamically adjusts the commission calculation based on the sales value and rank. First, we will use the VLOOKUP function to determine the rank based on the sales value. So type in an equal sign, VLOOKUP. Under lookup value, select the sales value. Select the table array, press F4 to lock it, comma 2, comma 1 for approximate match. Close parenthesis, Control Enter. Now we will use the choose function to select the appropriate formula for the commission calculation. So press F2, select the VLOOKUP function, press Ctrl X to cut it, type in choose, press tab, paste the VLOOKUP function under index number, comma. Now we will define the formulas for each rank within the choose function. For rank 1, we will multiply the sales value by the commission percent, which is 30, and press F4 to lock it. Now we also need to add the bonuses. So we will put this formula within parentheses. Now at the end, type in a plus sign, type in sum, press tab, select the cells containing the bonus amounts. Now press F4 to lock it. Close parenthesis for the sum function. Type a comma to move to the next one. Next, for rank 2, we need to multiply the sales value by the commission percent and then add the bonus amount. So select the sales value, type in an asterisk, select the commission percent, press F4 to lock it. Now put this within parentheses. And now type in a plus sign, and select the cell containing the bonus for rank. Press F4 to lock it. Type in a comma to move to the next one. For the third rank, there is no bonus amount, so we will simply multiply the sales value by the commission percent. For the fourth and fifth rank, we will just select the fixed rates and lock them. Now close parenthesis for the choose function. Press Ctrl Enter. Double click the fill handle, send it down. Now press Ctrl Shift 4 to switch the number format to currency format. Let's verify the result of the first line item. This sales value, which is just below 200,000, falls under rank 2. So 25% of the sales value plus 750. So let's check this. As you can see, the result matches the expected commission amount. In summary, we use the VLOOKUP function to find the sales rank and the choose function to dynamically select the appropriate commission calculation formula. This approach ensures flexible and accurate commission calculations. Next, we'll learn how to calculate commission amounts using the choose function based on average monthly sales. We leverage the choose function to dynamically select the commission rate based on the month. Let's take a look at our data. We have columns for sales in January, sales in February, and sales in March. On the right, we have this table that defines the commission rate for each month. Our goal is to create a single formula that dynamically selects the average sales for a given month and multiplies it by the corresponding commission rate. So let's begin by typing the choose function. Select the value under month, comma. Now under value 1, we need the average sales for the first month, which is January. So type in average and select all the values under sales in January column. Close parenthesis for the average function. Now we will multiply this by the commission rate of January. Type in an asterisk and select the commission rate of January. Type in a comma to move to the next one. Now we'll do the same for the following months. Type in an average, select all the values under sales in February column, close parenthesis, type in an asterisk and select the commission rate for February, comma. We'll do the same for the month of March. Now close parenthesis for the choose function. Press Ctrl Enter. Now you can see the commission amount calculated based on the average sales for the month of January, as the value in this cell is 1. Now when you change this to 2, it shows us the commission amount for the month of February. And finally, 3 will display the commission amount for March. To summarize, we use the choose function to dynamically select the average sales for a given month and multiply it by the corresponding commission rate. This approach allows for flexible and accurate commission calculations based on monthly sales. Let's proceed with next chapter. In this chapter, we learn how to use the offset function in Excel to dynamically reference cells in a table. First, let's take a look at our data. We have a table named sales data with various columns, including date, product, discount band, and units sold. Our goal is to create a formula that always points to the last row in this table and extract the date, product, and units sold, no matter how many entries are added. Let's get started. Type in an equal sign, offset, press tab. Under reference, click on the header of the date column, as we need the date of the last item sold. Next, under rows, we will use the COUNTA function, which counts the number of entries in a list. This will help us determine the position of the last entry. So select the first line item and then press Ctrl Shift down arrow to select all the cells in the date column. Now press Ctrl backspace to jump to the active cell. Close parenthesis for the COUNTA function. Now type a comma to move to the next one. Now we will leave columns blank. So type a comma again. Height and width will be 1, as we want to reference to a single cell. Close parenthesis, Control Enter. Press Control Shift 3 to switch to date format. Now we need the same formula in the next cell as well. So press Control R to copy the formula to the right. Now press F2 to edit the function. Now we will just change the reference and then the values under the COUNTA function to the product column. So under reference, select the header product. Now inside the COUNTA function, change it to all the cells in the product column. Press Control backspace, Control Enter. Press Control R to copy the formula to the right. Now this time we will change our reference to the unit sold header and then select all the cells under the unit sold column. Now press Control Shift tilde to switch to general format. Let's verify whether this function is working correctly. Click anywhere within the table and press Control down arrow to jump to the last line item. As you can see, it has worked correctly. Now let's add one more entry and see if it updates. Now press Control Home, jump back to the top. As you can see, the last entry is being displayed here. Next, we will calculate average units sold of last 10 orders using the offset function. For this, we will wrap the offset function inside the average function. Let's get started. Type in an equal sign, average, press tab. Now type offset, press tab. Our starting reference will be the header of the units sold column, comma. Now type in COUNTA, press tab. Select all the values under the units sold column. Close parenthesis for the COUNTA function. Now we will subtract 9 from the function to adjust the reference to start 9 rows up from the last entry, capturing the last 10 entries. Type in a comma, leave columns blank. Next, we need to specify the height of the range, which is 10 rows this time. Type in a comma, the width of the range remains a single column. Now close parenthesis for the offset function, now close parenthesis for the average function. And press Control Enter. Now let's format this cell to add the text units at the end. We had learned about custom formatting in our third lesson. Now let's verify the answer. Select the last 10 entries of the units sold column and check the answer at the bottom. Click on it, copy it to clipboard. Now we'll just paste it here. As you can see, our formula correctly displays the average of the last 10 entries in the units sold column. To summarize, we use the offset function combined with the COUNTA function to dynamically reference and display the required data. This approach ensures that the latest data is always visible at the top and it is always up to date. Next, we will use the offset function to dynamically refer to the last entry in a row rather than a column, which means we will use horizontal offset. In this example, we need to display the latest month from this header row, which means if we add more months after this, the last month added should be displayed at the top in this cell. Let's get started. Put an equal sign, offset, press tab, select the reference cell from which to offset, which will be this cell months. Type in a comma. Now this time we will leave rows blank as we want no vertical offset. So type a comma to move to the next part. Next we will use the count function to decide the number of columns to offset. For our example, we will offset the entire row. Now close parenthesis for the counter function. Now what we'll do is we'll subtract 1 from this formula because counter counts the starting cell itself as one of the non-empty cells. So type a comma to move to the next part. Height and width will be 1. Now close parenthesis for the offset function and press Ctrl Enter. Let's check our formula by adding a new month. As you can see, the last added month is being displayed at the top now. To summarize, the offset function is a powerful tool in Excel for creating dynamic and flexible references to cells and ranges. Let's proceed to the next part. In this part of the lesson, we will take a quick look at a couple of lookup and reference functions which are simple yet useful. We'll start with the hyperlink function, which creates a clickable hyperlink. We have a list of companies and their websites. Our goal is to create clickable links that will take us directly to each company's website. Let's get started. Type in an equal sign, hyperlink, press tab. Now select the cell containing the URL under link location. Type a comma. Now under friendly name, we will type in visit website within quotes. This is the text that will be displayed as the hyperlink. Now, close parenthesis for the hyperlink function. Press Ctrl Enter. Now double click the fill handle and send it down. Now let's verify one of the websites. Click on it. So as you can see, it takes us to the appropriate web page. Using this technique, you can quickly access websites directly from your Excel sheet. Next, we'll learn how to use the new image function in Excel to display images directly from URLs. This is a great way to enhance your spreadsheets with visual content. Let's take a look at our data first. We have a list of animal names and the URLs pointing to their photos. Our goal is to display these images directly in our Excel sheet. So select the cell under the photo column and now type in equal sign image, press tab. Under source, select the cell containing the URL. Now press Ctrl Enter. Now double click the fill handle and set it down. You can add more rows with animal names and URLs. As long as you extend the image formula, the images will display automatically. Now let's proceed to the next chapter. In this chapter, we will delve into more intricate and advanced scenarios involving some of Excel's most powerful functions. Before we begin, please be reminded that you can download this lesson file from the link below, as the following examples can get a little challenging to grasp without some hands-on practice. Think of this workbook as your personal lookup and reference functions cheat sheet. Whenever you get stuck, you can refer back to these examples to find the solution. Let's get started by understanding the match function, which searches for a specified item in a range of cells and returns the relative position of that item within the range. It's often used in combination with the index function to perform advanced lookups. In this example, our goal is to look up the country name based on the country code, which means this time we will perform a leftward lookup. While VLOOKUP is limited to searching from left to right, index and match as well as XLOOKUP allows for right to left lookups. Alright, so let's get started. Type in an equal sign, match, press tab. This function takes three arguments. Lookup value, which is the value you want to match in the lookup array. In our case, it is the country code. Comma. Next, lookup array is the range of cells being searched. So we will select all the country codes, type a comma. Finally, we will type 0 for exact match. Now close parenthesis, control enter. So as you can see, this gives us the exact position of IND in the list. Now we will use the index function to look up the name of the country based on the position returned by the match function. The index function in Excel returns the value of a cell in a table based on the row and column numbers you specify. So type in an equal sign, index, press tab. This function takes three arguments. Under array, select the range of cells containing the country names. Comma. Next, under row number, select the result of the match function, which is the row number in the array from which to return a value. So we will select the result of the match function. We will leave column numbers blank. So just close parenthesis and control enter. Now when we change this to say CAN, the result automatically changes. Next, let's take a look at now let's combine this into a single nested function first. So what we'll do is we'll copy the match function. Now type in equal sign, index, under array, select the country names, comma, under row number, paste the match function. Close parenthesis, control enter. Next, we will take a look at the powerful XLOOKUP function, which can search a range or array and return an item corresponding to the first match it finds, regardless of whether the search is performed from left to right or right to left. So type in an equal sign, XLOOKUP, press tab. This function takes 6 arguments, but 3 of them are optional. First, under lookup value, select the cell containing the country code, comma. Next, under lookup array, select the range to search, which in our case will be the country codes, comma. Next, under return array, we will select the range to return a corresponding value from, which will be the country names, comma. Leave if not found blank. So type in a comma again. Under match mode, we will type in 0. Now close parenthesis, control enter. So as you can see, this formula searches for IND in the country code column and returns the corresponding value. Now, we can also use the same functions to look up values in a horizontally organized table like this one. First, let's use the match function find the position of the code. Type an equal sign, match, press tab. Under lookup value, select the country code we are looking up, comma. Under lookup array, select the range containing the country codes, comma. Type in a 0 for an exact match. Close parenthesis, control, enter. Next, we will use the index function to look up the name of the country. So type in an equal sign, index, press tab. Under array, select the range of cells containing the country names. Type in a comma. This time, we will leave row number blank. And under column number, we will select the result of the match function. Close parenthesis, control, enter. Now let's display the result in a single nested function. So what we'll do is we'll copy the match function first. Now type in an equal sign, index, press tab, under array, select the country names, comma, row number will be blank, column number paste the result, paste the match function that we just copied. Close parenthesis, control, enter. Next, let's look up the country name in this horizontally organized table using the XLOOKUP function. So type in an equal sign, XLOOKUP, press tab. Under lookup value, select the country code. Under lookup array, select the range containing the country codes, comma. Under return array, select the range containing the country names, comma. Leave if not found blank. Match mode will be exact. Now close parenthesis, control, enter. So as you can see, the XLOOKUP function is highly versatile, capable of replacing older lookup functions such as VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and even the combination of index and match. Next, we will learn how to perform a two-dimensional lookup using the index and match combination followed by the XLOOKUP function. In our previous examples, we focused on finding values based on either row or column criteria. In this example, we will find a value based on both row and column criteria. Let's take a look at our data first. We have a table with different products and their sales figures for the years 2024, 2025, and 2026. Our goal is to find the sales figure for a specific product in a given year. First, we will use the match function to find the position of our row criteria. So type in an equal sign, match, press tab. Under lookup value, select the cell containing the product we are looking up, comma. Under lookup array, select the range containing the product, comma, 0 for an exact match. Close parenthesis, control, enter. This formula returns the relative position of drag lines in this range. Next, we will use the match function again to find the position of our column criteria, which is 2026. Type in an equal sign, match, press tab. Under lookup value, select the year, comma. Under lookup array, select the entire range containing the years, comma. Type in a 0 for an exact match. Close parenthesis, control, enter. This formula returns the relative position of our year lookup value within this range. Now, we will combine these match results with the index function to perform our two-dimensional lookup. So type in an equal sign, index, press tab. Under array, select the entire range containing the sales figures, comma. Under row number, select the cell containing the position of the product, comma. Next, under column number, select the cell containing the position of the year. Now close parenthesis and press Ctrl Enter. Let's verify our result for drag lines in the year 2026. It is 171. So our result is correct. Now, for convenience, we can consolidate the match functions directly within the index functions. So first, we'll do what we always do with complex nested formulas. We will copy the match functions to the clipboard first. So open the clipboard pane, clear all. Now we will copy both match functions to the clipboard so that we can use them in our formula. Now, type in an equal sign, index, press tab under array, select the entire range containing the sales figures, comma. Now under row number, paste the formula containing the product, comma. Now next under column number, paste the function containing the column. Close parenthesis, control enter. As you can see, the consolidated formula gives us the same result by directly nesting the match functions within the index function. Finally, let's see how we can achieve the same result using the XLOOKUP function. Close the clipboard pane. All right. This function will simplify our task by handling both row and column lookups in a single step. So type in an equal sign, XLOOKUP, press tab. Under lookup value, select the product we are looking up, comma. Now select the range containing the products, which is this range, comma. Now we will insert the inner XLOOKUP function, which will be responsible for looking up, for finding the correct column. So type in XLOOKUP, press tab. Under lookup value, select the year we are looking up, comma. Under lookup array, select the range that contains the year, comma. Now, under return array, select the entire range containing the sales figures. Close parenthesis for both inner and outer XLOOKUP functions and press Ctrl Enter. Let's break down this formula. This XLOOKUP formula first finds the appropriate column using the inner XLOOKUP function. Then uses that result to find the corresponding row value. So as you can see, both methods will provide the same result. The index and match combination offers flexibility and precision, while the XLOOKUP function provides a more streamlined approach. Next, let's check out some more examples of the powerful XLOOKUP function, which can also handle approximate matches and also has built-in error handling, so there is no need of wrapping the lookup functions inside the IFNA or IFERROR functions. So we got the same temperature description table, like our example in chapter 1, where we looked up approximate matches for the description based on the temperature using lookup and VLOOKUP in combination with IFNA. This time, we will map temperatures to their corresponding descriptions using the XLOOKUP function. So type in equal sign XLOOKUP. Under lookup value, select the cell containing the temperature, comma. Under lookup array, select the range to search, which in our case will be the temperatures. Next, under return array, select the descriptions, comma. Next, under if not found, type in extremely cold. As this is the value, XLOOKUP will return if the lookup value is not found. Next, under match mode, type -1, which will ensure that if an exact match is not found, XLOOKUP will return the next smaller item. Next, under search mode, type 1, which will ensure that XLOOKUP searches for the first to the last item in the lookup array. Close parenthesis, control, enter. All right. So when you type anything below minus 10 degrees, XLOOKUP provides the default value if the lookup value is not found. All right, next, we will use XLOOKUP function to find wind speed descriptions based on a given wind speed. This time, we will be looking for an exact match to the next larger item. Let's get started. Type in an equal sign, XLOOKUP, press tab. First, select the lookup value. Under lookup array, select the range to search, which is wind speed, comma. Next, under return array, select the descriptions, comma. Leave if not found blank. Next, under match mode, we will type 1, which will ensure that if an exact match is not found, XLOOKUP will return the next larger item, comma. Under search mode, type 1, close parenthesis, control, enter. So as you can see, this formula searches the wind speed column for an exact match of the next larger item and then returns the corresponding description. Next, we are going to learn how to use the XLOOKUP function with wildcards to find partial matches. In this example, we need to search for a country code using the country name. First, we will use the VLOOKUP function to find the country code for a given country name. This method is simple and straightforward. Type an equal sign, VLOOKUP, press tab, select the lookup value, comma, select the table array, comma 2, comma 0, close parenthesis, control, enter. But this function has limitations when it comes to partial matches. For instance, if we search for Taiwan using VLOOKUP, the formula returns an error. Even though Taiwan, province of China, is in our data. VLOOKUP returns an error because it cannot find partial matches. This is where XLOOKUP comes in. XLOOKUP can search for a part of the name, making it more flexible and powerful for this task. Let's get started. Type in equal sign, XLOOKUP, press tab. Under lookup value, we need to select the value we want to search for, including wildcards. So type in an asterisk within quotes. Now we need to join this with the cell containing the country name, ampersand again, then put an asterisk within quotes. So as you can see, wildcards have been added before and after the lookup value. Next, we need to select the lookup array. Select the lookup array, comma, and then the return array, comma. Under if not found, we will type in not found within quotes, comma. This time our match mode will be 2 for wildcard matching in the lookup. Finally, type 1 under search mode. Close parenthesis, press Control Enter. So as you can see, Excel searches for the value in this cell within the country column, including any part of the names due to wildcards. Upon finding a match, it returns the corresponding value from the country code column or returns not found. But still, we need to tackle one minor problem. Check this out. When we search for China, type in China, press Control Enter. The VLOOKUP function gives us the correct result, which is CHN. However, the XLOOKUP function returns the country code of Taiwan because the word China is included in the cell Taiwan province of China. And XLOOKUP is looking up the data from beginning till the end. To handle this issue, we need to ensure that the formula first looks for an exact match. And if an exact match is not found, it looks for a partial match. We will use the IFNA function, combine VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP functions. First, let's copy both functions to the clipboard. Copy both functions to the clipboard. Now type in an equal sign. Yes, now press tab. First, paste the VLOOKUP function under value. Type a comma. And then under value if NA, paste the XLOOKUP function so that if an error occurs, it proceeds to the next part of the formula. Close parenthesis for the IFNA function and press Control Enter. As you can see, Excel first tries to find an exact match using VLOOKUP. If an exact match is found, it returns the corresponding country code. If no exact match is found, it uses XLOOKUP with wildcards to search for a partial match. This approach ensures accurate and reliable results, avoiding incorrect matches. To summarize, the new XLOOKUP function is incredibly versatile, which allows for lookups in any direction and can handle multiple criteria with ease. Its built-in error handling simplifies formulas, and its wildcard matching enables flexible search criteria. These features make XLOOKUP a very powerful and efficient tool for complex data lookups. Next, we'll learn how to use the VLOOKUP function with the indirect function to create dynamic table range references. This will allow us to look up values from different tables based on the month specified. Here we have 3 tables representing sales data for different months: January, February, and March. Each table lists various items and the number of units sold. The tables are named Table Jan, Table Feb, and Table Mar respectively. In this separate section below, we have an input area where we will specify an item name and a month, with the result updating automatically. Let's get started. Type in an equal sign, VLOOKUP, press tab. Now select the cell containing the item name, comma. Now we want the table array to be dynamic, so here we will use the indirect function. Type in table underscore within quotes and then use the ampersand to join it with the month. This part dynamically generates the table name based on the month specified in this cell. For example, if this cell contains Feb, this part automatically becomes table underscore Feb. Alright, so close parenthesis for the indirect function, comma, column index number is 2, range lookup is false, close parenthesis, Control Enter. As you can see, the formula correctly retrieves the value 746, which is the unit sold for basil chicken in the month of March. Now let's change the values and check the formula. As you can see, it correctly retrieves 339 for chicken wings in the month of February. Great. With VLOOKUP and indirect, you can create dynamic references to different tables based on your input. This technique is incredibly useful for working with data that spans multiple sheets or ranges. However, this technique has a drawback. You must ensure that all tables have a consistent structure for the data you're retrieving. For example, in this case, each table should have the item name column followed by the unit sold column. But what if that's not the case? In our next example, we learned how to perform multi-table lookups using VLOOKUP with the IFERROR function. This approach will allow us to search for data across multiple tables, providing more flexibility than the combination of VLOOKUP with INDIRECT, which requires identical table structures. Let's take a look at our data first. We have three different tables, one for current employees, the next one for contractors, and then former employees. Our goal here is to find the department for each given employee name. This employee could be a current employee, a contractor, or a former employee. Also, you'll notice that the table structures are different for every single table this time. Using VLOOKUP with IFERROR will allow us to search through all three tables seamlessly. Let's start by looking up a name from the current employees table. So first, paste a name. Now let's type in an equal sign, VLOOKUP, and the lookup value. Select the employee name, comma, on table array. Select the entire table, comma. The column index number will be 3 as the department is in the third column, comma, 0. Close parenthesis, control, enter. Next, let's look up a name from the contractors table. Now type in an equal sign, VLOOKUP. On the table array, select the entire table. You'll notice that the first VLOOKUP function displays an error now. Finally, let's look up a name from the former employees table. Select the entire table under table array, comma, 4, comma, 0. Next, we will create a single formula that will search for the employee ID in the current employees table first. If not found, it will then check the contractors table. And if still not found, it will finally look in the former employees table. In order to achieve this, we will wrap the VLOOKUP functions inside multiple IFERROR functions. Let's start by copying the formulas to the clipboard first. Open the clipboard pane, clear all, copy all three VLOOKUP functions to the clipboard pane. Now let's type in our nested function. Type in an equal sign, if error, test tab, type in if error again. Now we will place the VLOOKUP functions in the correct order so that if an employee name is not found in one table, it moves on to the next table without returning an error. First, paste current employees, comma, next paste contractors, close parenthesis for the inner if error function, type in a comma, finally paste the function containing former employees. Now close parenthesis and press Control Enter. Now let's drag and drop an employee name from the current employees table. You will notice that our first VLOOKUP function and our nested function display the same result. As our nested function stops searching as soon as it finds a match. When it doesn't find a match in the first table, it moves on gracefully to the next one. And finally, to the former employees table if still not found in the contractors table. But it will still return an error if the value is not found in any of the tables. In order to tackle this, we will wrap this entire formula within one more if error function. So type in if error right at the beginning. After the equal sign, press tab. Now move to the end, type a comma. Now under value if error, mention the text not found within quotes. Close parenthesis and press Control Enter. So as you can see, by using VLOOKUP with if error, you can efficiently perform multi-table lookups without needing identical table structures. This method ensures a more flexible and robust approach to data retrieval in Excel. Next, we learn how to perform lookups across multiple sheets using VLOOKUP with the indirect function. This approach allows you to dynamically reference different sheets based on the values in your lookup table. In this example, we have a scenario where we need to find the sales value for a salesperson in a specific region. The regions are represented by different sheets named Cleveland, Boston, and Miami. We aim to retrieve the sales value for a given salesperson based on the region they belong to, dynamically referencing the appropriate sheet. Let's get started. Type in an equal sign, VLOOKUP, press tab. Under lookup value, select the cell containing the salesperson's name that we are looking up. Comma, next under table array, type in indirect, press tab. Now select the cell containing the region. Add ampersand, and now dynamically create a reference to the range. So you'll notice that our data is in the first three columns and we are trying to retrieve the sales value from the third column. So after the ampersand, type in an exclamation mark, A to C within quotes. This part dynamically references the appropriate sheet's range. Now close parenthesis for the indirect function. Type in a comma, under column index number type 3 and then type 0 for exact match. Press Control Enter. Now let's verify our answer. So we have looked up Charlie Taylor in the region Cleveland. So let's go to the sheet named Cleveland and look up Charlie Taylor. As you can see, it's right here and the sales value is 10,604. As you can see, our answer is correct. Perfect. Now let's change this to a different employee in a different sheet. So we are looking up the salesperson Daniel Wilson in Miami. So we will click on the Miami sheet and look for Daniel Wilson. As you can see, it is 6534 and our answer is correct. This approach allows a lot of flexibility as you can easily switch between different sheets without changing the formula structure. But one thing, once again, you need to remember is that the table structures in every single sheet need to be same. To summarize, by using VLOOKUP with indirect, you can efficiently perform lookups across multiple sheets, dynamically referencing the appropriate sheet based on the values in your lookup table. Let's proceed to the next part. In this final example of the lesson, we learn how to perform four-dimensional lookups in Excel. This approach enables you to look up values based on multiple criteria across multiple dimensions. We have a data set here representing sales values for various products, regions, years, and quarters. We will demonstrate how to retrieve a specific value using the index and match functions, as well as the new XLOOKUP function. Our goal here is to find the sales value for a specific product in a specific region for a specific year and quarter. Let's get started. First, we will match the product and region by combining values from two columns. So type in an equal sign, match, press tab. Under lookup value, select the product we are looking for. And then using ampersand, select the region we are looking for, comma. Next, under lookup array, first select the range containing the products. And then using ampersand, select the range containing the regions. Now type a comma, 0 for exact match, close parenthesis, control enter. The function returns the relative position of compactors north within the concatenated range. The purpose of this formula is to find the position of a specific combination of product and region within a list of such combinations. Next, we will do the same to match the year and quarter. So type in an equal sign, match, press tab. Under lookup value, select the year, ampersand, then the quarter, comma. Under lookup array, first select the range containing the year, and then using ampersand, we will select the range containing the quarters. Type a comma, 0 for exact match, close parenthesis, control enter. Next, we will combine these results with the index function to retrieve the desired result. Type in an equal sign, index, press tab. Under array, select the entire range containing the values we are trying to retrieve. Type a comma. Next, under row number, select the result of the product and region, comma. Under column number, select the result of year and quarter. Close parenthesis, control enter. Let's verify our answer. So compactors north for 2026 quarter 4. 2026 quarter 4, it's 172. So as you can see, we have successfully extracted the correct value from the range. Now, for our convenience, let's wrap this inside a single nested formula. First, copy the match functions to the clipboard. Copy them to the clipboard pane. Now open the clipboard pane. We can see it right here. All right. With an equal sign, index, press tab. Under array, select the entire range containing the values. Press Control backspace. Type a comma. Under row number, paste the function containing product and region. Type a comma. Under column number, paste the function containing year and quarter. Close parenthesis. Press Control enter. So as you can see, we have successfully combined this into a single nested function. Besides index and match, in Excel, XLOOKUP can also perform 4-dimensional lookups. Let's get started. Type in an equal sign, XLOOKUP, press tab. Under lookup value, select the product we are looking at. And then using ampersand, select the region, comma. Select the range containing the products first. And then using ampersand, select the range containing the regions. Press Control Backspace to jump back to the formula. Now type a comma. Now we will insert the inner XLOOKUP function, which will be responsible for finding the correct column. So type XLOOKUP, press tab. Under lookup value, select the year we are looking at. Ampersand, then select the quarter. Comma. Under lookup array, first select the range containing the years, and then using ampersand, select the quarter. Press Control Backspace. Now type a comma. Under return array, select the entire range containing the values. Press Control Backspace. Now close the inner XLOOKUP function. And now close the outer XLOOKUP function. Press Control Enter. Now let's change the values and see if it is working correctly. Alright, so we are looking at drag lines in the west region. Here is 2025 and quarter 1. 2025 quarter 1, that is 189. So as you can see, all our functions, all our formulas, in fact, show the same result. So this concludes our lesson where we explored the full spectrum of lookup and reference functions in Excel. With this comprehensive knowledge, we hope you feel well equipped to leverage these skills in various contexts, transforming your data into actionable insights. If you have any questions or need further clarification, please leave a comment below and we'll be happy to help. Don't forget to like and share our tutorials with your friends and colleagues, and also make sure to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth tutorials. Thank you for watching and happy excelling.